You got a bunch of kids that are gonna follow her and say, I love LeanBeefPatty, which they should, because she's cool as shit. And she's got a physique that probably most women or most men would even want. But we gotta make sure we are showing good habits, because we have someone be like, I wanna be lean beef, and does this. Well, she's not lean beef. What is up? It's your boy Johnny Shrevive, BB Pro, Mr. Tell Like It Is. Welcome back to another episode of Coaching Up. Today, guys, we're gonna coach up LeanBeefPatty and her video called Unnatural Leg Day Naturally, retrying terrible squats. So guys, we're gonna analyze this video. I'm gonna give my 2 cents, my opinion in certain things, what I would optimize, some things maybe for you guys to understand, or maybe bridge the gap to why she's doing a certain thing, and are some of these things she's doing even necessary? So let's dive right into it.
This is a pro hack. Not everybody knows about this. Sock. Sleeve.
That is a very good way to put on your knee sleeves. I do too. I get high socks, so I do use that a bit to get it out.
Squatted. Not only did it not go as planned, but I hadn't squatted in a few months, so it wasn't that great. That was a couple weeks ago. Now I decided to squat for real, squatting with intention.
Okay, so she basically took a little time, some time off from squatting, and then squat after, and then had a bad squat experience, whatever that is. Whatever that translates to be. Could be like she didn't hit a certain weight or whatever it is. And now she's back to redeem herself in a squat or leg day session. So let's see how she starts, guys. When you're getting back into, training, when she's saying lifting with intention, my idea of lifting with intention means like you're taking a little more time with things. Slower reps, control.
All right, warm up, numero uno.
Okay, I mean, we got some plates on there. I'm gonna be picky because I am, but put the things on. All right, guys, like put the collars on. It's not cool. It's not cool. No one thinks you're cool because you're not putting collars on. Number one, okay? I'm glad she's got her safety shit up there, guys, because I'm not gonna really go into it, but there's enough videos we've seen. There's more videos I've seen that I need to see in the last 2 years of people actually losing their lives in the squat rack that could be 100% avoidable. Like 100%. Cut down some of the stupid things that might happen while you're in the squat rack. One, oh no, the plates fall off one side because we're uneven. Some of y'all are not even. Put the collars on. Put the safety bars on. There you go. You saved something. Just please.
Okay.
And she's still no thanks. All right. So you guys know what I'm gonna say already about this. Like, look, if your goal is to get strong, you're gonna get strong. You can get strong lifting under control a little slower. A lot of times people get injured or hurt is because they're going so fast. And she's got good squat form. Tuck her elbows a little bit more, get her chest up. But like, get in sync down to the full range of motion. Stretch the muscle. Get that muscle in a stretch position and then fire up. She can do the same speed on the way up and just slow the shit down. Get that like nice stretch. She should be like stretched at the bottom and then just shooting up under control. So guys, take your time warming up. I'm 212 pounds right now, actually. It's pretty crazy. But I would warm up the old 45 way. Like, I'm only gonna put on 45. She is, I don't know what kind of warm up she's done. Maybe she's like not showing all the sets, but like this is not a significant amount of a warm up for what she's trying to do. So guys, if you're gonna go for this, if you're trying to get to this point of squatting, like that's not warmed up. So guys, and she's making the mistake too. And I wish some of these people, I wish I could just train them. When you are doing your set, setting up everything, your warm up set, and I'm gonna say this a billion times. Your warm up set is to rehearse. Like you're doing rehearsal of what you're going to do in your working sets. So like the way you breathe, the tempo, the range of motion, everything stays consistent. You are practicing, doing the complete rep as if you had the most amount of weight you had on your back, regardless. And then when you add weight, the form doesn't change. You should not digress. And hers digressing because she has too much weight on. And I get it. I didn't know what her real name is, but we're going to LB. LB's strong. She got a good physique. She looks, she's motivated and she's motivational. But you got a bunch of kids that are going to follow her and say, I love Lean Beef Patty, which they should because she's cool as shit. And she's got a physique that probably most women or most men would even want. Regardless, she got a good work ethic. But we got to make sure we are showing good habits, because we have someone being like, I want to be lean beef and does this. Well, she's not lean beef. Lean beef could do this, but even her doing this, eventually she's going to get hurt. They're not going to be that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Like, she should not be adding on weight. For me, guys, I'm telling it like it is. I would not have added any weight. If I was coaching her, I'm like, you're not adding weight. You're going to do the 4-range of motion with that 225 and take it for like 10 reps minimum. If you can control that, great. Then we'll start to increase the weight or whatever. But like, when I coach my athletes, I don't like when we, go to a different mesocycle or we, progress. It's not until you hit that first stage of you can actually move the weight, under control. Once you can control the eccentric, the concentric, you are engaged and aware and you've made some progress because of that, then we start to scale things up a bit. We can add on some more, but there's no point of adding on to anything when you're not in the position to continue to go up, because what happens is you add weight and then your form breaks down. And if we don't catch it early enough, then we keep doing it and we keep riding the ego, and then I'm hurt. Man, that sucks. My squat day sucked. All right, so she's on the same. Man, she's like straight up, man. She's strong as shit. That's just, I gotta give her that 100%.
That last one was
You know what I mean?
booty. Second set.
A little bit of knee valves. I'm going to be very picky with certain things. I'm sorry, I am. And I'm not trying to be the form police, but like, if you have people copying people and not explaining or making a disclaimer, and that's totally fine to say that, because I do the same time. I do the same thing. I say the same thing. I'm like, guys, you cannot do what I do, right? But what I'm doing, when I practice, what I'm preaching is things that most people can try to do in terms of like what I can do with my output and what I can achieve with my look and my genetics. You can't do what I do, but you can definitely train how I train, because how I'm going to train is going to be very optimal in terms of like, I'm trying to help you do this for as long as you possibly can, avoiding injury as much as you can. You can never completely avoid injury, but if your goals are to look better, you don't have to train this way. She can, of course she can. She can do what she wants because she is Lean Beef Patty, and her genetics will let her achieve what she's doing with how she works out. We do sets of 3, right, guys? So like, a little higher load, lower rep range. Can you elicit muscle growth this way? Yes, you can. 100% you can, but you can't do it as often. So it's going to take a lot longer, right? So there is that reason of like why you can train in that sarcoplasm or like hypertrophy type of training, because the load allows you to train more frequently with higher volume. Training for like strength, the load's so much greater that it's going to impede on recovery if you do it too often. So for what she's trying to achieve, if she's trying to achieve just strength, she's doing the right thing. But for me, if this isn't a mesocycle of some sort, it's like, do you really need to do the lower rep ranges to test your strength to get stronger? If you guys understand, for the most part, people are training, they're trying to look good. So next on the list we have.
All right, so I usually do 2 leg days during the week, 1 more quad focus and 1 more hamstring focus. Today is the hamstring.
Okay, so our hamstring focus is squats, RDLs, which is good. So we want to get a little more attention on the hamstrings, guys. Try to keep your legs as straight as you possibly can. You can bend them a little bit. You can have a little bit of flexion in the knee, but try to get them as straight as you can. Stretch all the way down, straight back and stretch. Really like stretch the hamstring. And then when you feel it tight at the bottom, then have that to coming back up. Use that contraction to come right back up. Strong as shit. Damn. But again, she's this strong. Her form is great. Don't bend the knees. Keep them as straight as you possibly can. Feel that stretch. Push the hips back. Feel the stretch and come back up. So far, it's good. Again, like the exercise selection wise, I would have for me, I probably wouldn't do squatting and then RDLs just for like your back and whatnot. So for me, I like to put my hamstrings before. Basically, when I do my hamstrings before like any kind of squatting or pressing, my legs feel a lot like, and it's for me, they feel extremely warmed up and like ready to go. Like they feel like awake. And then when I'm done working out, I have to do them anyway. So I used to always do like leg extensions and hamstring curls before I did any leg exercise. So I just basically started doing just hamstring curls before that. And I find that that really turned everything on. Like, especially just from like engage your core, you know, your hamstrings, your glutes, you know, getting full range of motion, your hips nice and tight and like opened up. I find that helps me out.
Let's go glute bridge. Let's go. Safety first, buckle up.
You know, I mean, so I would rather have had her do more squats than just take this entire thing out. The range of motion here is not really that good. And then guys, again, you're not going to get the best from doing, yes, okay, I get it. You might like to do glute bridges, and you guys are watching out there, men or women who like doing glute bridges, great. It is not the best glute exercise. The best one is literally squatting. Like squatting and then, you know, Romanian deadlifts. Again, for this, not necessary for me. 3 to 10 reps, then 1 set of 25. So basically like basically gonna put a little you know, intensifier in there. Probably just dropping the weight. Let's just see how this goes. Little all over the place there, but and then we have, what do we have next? Hamstring curls again. All right, okay. So this is a lot of hamstring curls, lots. Now this is like more of like a mechanical breakdown here, or like, you know, so doing them this way is going to make it a lot easier for you, right? If you really want to stretch the hips, push the handles, and that'll push your hips in. And then when you are kind of scooping your knees, you're kind of hitting your hips forward too, and then like trying to wrap your heel right around to hit your back of your hamstring, and you'll get the most out of that. Try, you know, you can use that as a mechanical drop set if you know, bang it like that and then like get in there and start hugging it and do it that way. But again, like for me guys, it's like just a little too much for hamstrings. Calf raises at the end. It's like not like it's not a bad exercise. It's not. I just find it to be a little too much hamstring. Where she puts her exercises. And again, this is what she likes to do. It's for her. But for you guys, I would say that a better option would be I would have did seated hamstring curls, or if they had a lying hamstring curl, regardless, hamstring curls first. Then I would have done about like 4 hard sets of like squats, like really hard sets and like good reps from that. And then I would go into like an elevated lunge in the Smith machine, really slow grinding, like, you know, slow negative stretch in the bottom, shooting back up, you know, 10 to 20 reps of that right at the end. Do your calves if you want there. And then burn that guy out, hold the reps, stretch the reps at the bottom, you know, when his dorsiflex, and then push to the top. And there you go. But anyway, guys, until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing.